So, if you want to restate Keynes' positive conclusion, we can't count on the economy staying at full employment all by itself, all the time. Because every time spending changes, we're going to move away from full employment. Okay? That leads to his normative conclusion. His normative conclusion is, since the private sector can't keep us, can't ensure that we will stay at full employment, government has a responsibility to step in and manage the economy, try to fix the problem. In other words, this is what we mean by stabilization policy. That was the sixth function of government. Okay? Since the private sector can't keep us at full employment, government has a responsibility to step in and fix the problem. Okay? This was actually written into law in the Full Employment Act of 1945 at the end of World War II. The Congress passed a law that says government has a responsibility to keep us as much as possible at full employment, and they need to use policy to do that. How does government do that? Well, there are two tools. I'm running out of board, but that's okay. Tool number one, fiscal policy. Tool number two, monetary policy. Now, we've talked briefly about these things before, okay? What's the difference? What's fiscal policy? What's monetary policy? Fiscal is budget, okay? The budget is government spending minus taxes, okay? So, fiscal policy means increasing or decreasing the amount of government spending, increasing or decreasing taxes. Those are tools that the government has to work with. What's monetary policy? Yeah, it's interest rates and credit. Okay? When you make credit more available, the economy tends to run faster. When you make it less available, the economy tends to run slower. Okay. Let's suppose that the problem started with a decrease in investment. Investment goes down, inventories rise, businesses cut price and output, and that lowers our GDP, and we fall into recession at Y2. Keynes said, this is the situation that occurred during the Great Depression. Okay? What he said is, government can step in here and stimulate the economy with fiscal policy. It's called an expansionary fiscal policy. Expansionary means the purpose is to expand the economy. Okay? So what we do is we increase spending or we cut taxes. Either one of those will do. Okay? Now, when you're in the Great Depression, there are reasons for why you might want to favor government spending over taxes. Suppose there's a tax cut. Suppose you have a job. Okay, suppose you don't have a job and there's a tax cut. What do you care? Right? I mean, it doesn't have any impact on you because you have no income anyway. Suppose you have a job, but you've seen layoffs all around you, right? And the government cuts your taxes. What are you likely to do with that money? Save it, okay? And the stimulus only works when you spend more. Okay, so in that situation, tax cuts are likely not to have much of a big impact. But government can go in and just start spending money and doing things like building GW Hall. If you look at the cornerstone over at GW, you'll find that it was built during the Great Depression by federal government